Thank you, President, colleagues and friends. I think all of you know of the recent tragedy which hit us over the last days. My beloved son, Kayvan Walker, a loving husband to Nadia and father to Sadia and 4-month-old Luana, killed himself at the beginning of this month. Our devastation as a family and as a worldwide circle of friends perhaps pales into insignificance when compared with the mental pain he had gone through over the years. None of us knew of this, as he kept it very private. What the world saw was a gifted musician, a skilled physician, a vibrant, loving, kind, and devoted man. The grief, of course, is still strong and will follow me in some form until the end of my days. This was a man in the full strength of life, with a multitude of skills and gifts which have brightened the lives of all who knew him, working in a profession which allowed him to thrive, helping those in need, serving all who present in times of stress and distress. This should not have happened, but it did. The question now is, how do I make sense of it all? Each and every one of you here has suffered loss, has felt at least to some degree the pain which is affecting me and my family now, has shed bitter tears of sorrow. I think in these days of the immense loss, the sorrow, the devastation currently afflicting the peoples of Russia and the Ukraine. Thousands of lives are being lost even now as we speak. Indeed, I saw on my news feed this morning a picture of little Sasha, a young boy who was spending time with his grandmother in Kiev. As I understand it, they were seeking to flee. The grandmother's body has been found, but they're still searching for the boy. Hope lives on, even if the chances of success are low. When we see the larger picture of death and destruction, we harden ourselves to the senselessness. We can rationalize and normalize events which are absolutely shocking. Reduce those events to the individual cases, and we can then empathize with the pain that I am currently feeling, and is seen in the eyes and souls of many thousands or hundreds of thousands who are experiencing such tragedy every day. More close to home, I see the tragedy of a murder-suicide involving a mother and 2 young children, and imagine the husband returning home to unimaginable pain. So in my pain, I look out at the events of the world and seek to put my pain in perspective and to give meaning to the loss I have suffered. For if you do not get meaning from this, then the utter meaninglessness of life will devour you. Kayvan and I are very similar people. At the funeral, his colleagues were surprised to see an older version of Kayvan standing in front of them. My tone, posture, gestures, physical appearance all reflected my son, or who my son would have been had he reached my age. More than that, the way I think and the way I process my thoughts find in Kayvan a parallel. And so it is my commitment that I will carry on in his name and hope that when we meet again, he may find my efforts to be worthy of praise, that his work will find in my life a completion. Because beyond the tears comes a fundamental question that I must answer in this chamber. You all have heard me speak on numerous occasions on wellness, which I have defined according to the World Health Organization as comprising physical, mental, social, and financial health. You are aware of my passion for mental health, or the lack of such mental health care in our society. I have mentioned the failure of medication in PTSD and the astronomical improvement in outcomes when we consider more alternative medication, such as MDMA with psychological support, that is currently banned in practice. Kayvan would have survived had he been able to access that approach. Of that fact, I am absolutely confident. I hold each and every person here in high esteem. We are passionate in that pathway of making our state, indeed our nation, a better place. Kayvan and I believe, he fervently believed, that we are one world, that the peoples of this world are one, that there is no difference between us based on colour, religion, race. I expect to find you all in agreement. We believe in the search for truth. This is a foundational belief for Baha'is. For my part now, I will increase my efforts, especially in the field of wellness. The focus of my work is threefold: truth, freedom, and growth. To bring forth truth, which for me implies focusing on the scientific and factual evidence upon which we need to base all our decisions. Kayvan was in complete agreement with scientific truth. Without truth, all change is haphazard and potentially faulty, and here I make no apology for doubling down on my search for truth in treating mental health with more alternative medication and treatments. They work. But here, you must hold me to account. I said truth. You get at truth by asking and allowing questions, by challenging, and I know I can count on you to challenge me, to find that truth. Do me the honour of challenging my claims. No one here is shy. Stand with me in the search for truth. With facts and truth, the next element is freedom. We need freedom to pursue that truth and implement the findings, irrespective of previous biased and faulty understandings. We need the freedom to go down paths we previously felt difficult to tread. Next element is that of growth. Growth of knowledge, spirituality, understanding. Kayvan believed this entirely, something else that we share. He believed entirely in the beauty of this world, and he would have wanted that we plant a tree or regenerate nature rather than mourning his death. Let us do that in his memory. So, my first act will be to do just that. I am supporting my friend and colleague, Dr. Kushwin Rajamani, in supporting the Orangutan Project by helping to replant tropical rainforest. The aim is to protect 100,000 hectares of ancient ecosystem where critically endangered orangutans, elephants, rhinos, and tigers coexist in the wild. For Kayvan, one tree would not be enough. I think he would love to do this. And so I invite all here, if they feel so inclined, to work with me and the Orangutan Project on that admirable aim. And finally, to all of you here. 1 year ago, you were strangers. Now I see friends. I have received so much support, understanding, and friendship. Your support has helped me through this terrible time. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank each and every one of you most sincerely.